Okay, so let's take a look at the technical analysis behind LOCM. This trade went out at $3.33 a share after I saw a large bidder show up at 332 for about, at the time, I think it was around 30,000 shares. So I'm looking at the level two throughout the day, thinking about trading, a couple of positions, and LOC, excuse me, LOCM happened to be one of them. There's a number of reasons why I identified this as a decent trading opportunity. First things first, we've got decent support down here around, I don't know, what is that, 325 a share. You got to figure that that 52-week low is going to hold unless something major falls upon the stock, bad earnings, etc. Earnings aren't for a couple of weeks, so what I'm looking for on this one is continual higher lows and hopefully a push of 380 a share. I probably won't make it past 380 a share, but if it were to get really active or squeeze really hard, then I would certainly look for this MA200 here at 424 a share. You can see 409 recent price action high. It's kind of trading between this, 325 and 380 area quite nicely. You have a 3-day move here for about 50 cents a share, then 317, up to 409 several days later, 324 up to 384 several days later. So again, I put it out on alert in through here once I saw it bouncing off of, that support line again. So the alert went out at 333 after I picked up 5,000 shares. I grabbed another position, just 2,500 shares into strength on Friday. Again, Fridays are good days for stocks to squeeze because people that are short the stock don't often like to hold over the weekend because they fear good news could be released and that they would, get hurt on Monday. Also, Monday is a good day for companies to release PRs at the front end of the week. So shorts will usually cover on Friday. Sometimes that can cover a short squeeze. It's about 10 days to cover on this one, so I was playing that into the addition. With the goal of adding 2,500 more shares somewhere, preferably lower. I like my 7,500 share position right now at 336 a share. Closed at 339. I'm watching in the after hours right now. Not much going on. Offer is 341. Nobody hitting that just yet. I wouldn't be surprised to see somebody hit that offer before it closes up. I don't think that it trades down. But anyways, you can see that the MA50 or the 50 moving average is at 365 right here. So that's going to be a level of resistance. And then the other level of resistance will be just ahead of that. We're talking about the 380 range. So that's why I, figure there's a good trading range between where I picked it up at what did I say, 333 initially and 384. You can see clearly that there's a 50-cent range right there. And that's all I'm ever looking for, 50 cents a share per stock. Usually I'll take about 25 cents a share. But if I can get 50 cents a share on 5,000, 7,500 shares, we're talking about a $2,000 to $4,000 profit. Downside, obviously, is reduced because I have an identifiable support area that I will stick to as a stop loss. So 325 and I'm out. Worst case scenario, I'll let it dip down in the 317 range, but I highly doubt it. If I add 2,500 more shares into strength, then I would stop out of at least half of that position at 328 and definitely close to all of it around 325. Hopefully it doesn't get to that. The idea is to see this trade move up now, making a series of higher lows as it climbs towards, that 365 area. With any luck, the company comes in with some good news and boom, it gets a small pop as a result of momentum buyers and shorts covering, and we're already in, we sell into that. Remember, I've been successful on this trade several times before and I have $10,000 in profits on it, and I have not lost on this trade yet to my knowledge. Maybe I did lose once, I'm not sure. But the last time I alerted it, or the first time I alerted it, was in through here, just a couple of days before it squeezed hard into the 483 range. Then I grabbed more shares in through here. It dipped on me. I doubled down and I successfully traded it out in through this range right here. So I've managed to trade in and out of LOCM a couple of times for profit. Maybe it was more than just 2 times, 3 times, I'm not sure, but those were definitely the two, biggest ones. And you can see how it starts to creep up. Keep in mind there's a lot of shorts in the stock here, and then it starts to creep up and then it squeezes. It pulls back and then goes up again. So we're seeing a smaller channel now where it's going back and forth between 325 and 385. That 50-cent channel right there, provided it continues to make higher lows and trades nicely on its way up to there, will give us a great opportunity to get out with some decent profit. So that's what I'm looking at on LCM. It's still in play. You can see that the RSI is below the 50 line. No real reason for it to get bullish. The company hasn't released any significant news anytime soon. So with earnings coming up in a couple of weeks, hopefully they'll have something positive to announce on the market. Remember, This is still a buyout candidate, although I don't place my trades based on buyouts. Somebody like Groupon, somebody like Google, somebody like, um, oh crap, uh, Living Social is in a position to scoop this company up at a decent price. So I think LOCM still has an opportunity to move up to that 380 channel once more, possibly get really active if they come up with some better than expected earnings. But if they don't come up with good earnings this time, then I wouldn't be surprised to see this one fall below 325 a share. Of course, I will not be sticking around for earnings. I really don't care what the earnings are. If I see it start to turn down as a result of projected bad earnings, then I'll get out of my position. But right now, I think we're too far away. Earnings aren't till the end of July. So what we're looking at right now is a pure technical trade. You can see that stock trading very nicely between 325 and 386, playing that top to bottom channel. We picked it up at the bottom of the channel. If it trades up from here, then it'll be a perfect technical play. We'll see how that goes, but that's what I'm looking at on LOCM. Let me know if you have any questions. You can always hit me by email. Take it easy, everybody.